This is truly a sad day for America. It's a sad week for America. You want to know where the Hogans and Butlers are? They're right here. There are people here willing to vote against our president. But a funny thing happened on the way to this hearing. We just got a report from Obama's Inspector General, and his report confirms what we had a feeling was true, but we were willing to wait and hear what the truth was, and that is the president nor his campaign committed any crimes. For 3 years, we've heard from people that are now in the majority talk about the crimes of the president. And where are they? Well, they kept saying, Mr. President, come in, you got to testify. We will be fair with you. Come tell us about the crimes. And here's the crimes you've committed. And where are they now that we have the articles of impeachment? A vague abuse of power, obstruction of Congress, the very things the majority has done in preventing us from having the witnesses that could shed light on this, not opinion, but fact witnesses. We needed to hear from those witnesses, people like Sean Misko, Abigail Grace, Eric Chiaramella, Devin Archer, Joe Biden, Ellie Orr, Alexandra Chalupa, and so many others. They don't want fact witnesses. Let's hear from professors who hate Donald Trump, who are willing to sell their education just to make a point against somebody they don't like. This is a dangerous, dangerous time in America. They talk about abuse of power, but they were willing to obscure evidence in a basement hearing over and over. They're willing to block witnesses from coming in here and testifying before Congress. They're willing to obtain and publish phone records of people. There's no probable cause. There's no crimes by any of these people. But it reminds me a lot of what happened under the Bush Department of Justice when we got an IG report that said there were probably over 3,000 national security letters, like subpoenas, sent out on fishing expeditions. I was outraged. Here I am, a Hogan or Butler, and I was talking with Senator Schumer, I was outraged like he was. The report said of the abuses, and I called the White House and I said, this is outrageous. The abuses of Americans' rights, somebody's got to answer for this, and we need a new attorney general. And my mistake was not demanding a new director of the FBI, because Mueller stayed and he screwed it up even worse than it had been before. Yeah, some of us stand up and call it like it is, no matter which administration is in office. And now we've heard from Horowitz, we've heard from Barr and Durham, all 3 years screaming about lies were the real lies. And at some point, I would think, I'm a Democrat, the report says all these things we said were crimes. They didn't happen. They didn't exist. It was all a fabrication. And in fact, all 4 of those warrants should never have been issued. And I hope some of my friends across the aisle will finally join me in saying, let's either get rid of the FISA courts or figure out a way to make them better, because they are so abusive, and they have been. And my party didn't want to fix it. Their party doesn't want to fix it. It needs to be fixed. Let me just say, that I came in here, I did not want to get emotional. And I've sat through trials that were hard to sit through, but nothing like sitting this week in this committee hearing. Indeed, like Jefferson, I tremble that God is just and his justice won't sleep forever. But the abuses, the obstruction of Congress have come from Congress. I would have expected Donald Trump to just say, you came after me, my business associates, my family now. I'm going back and I'm going to make billions of dollars. To heck with you guys. But he has hung in there. It's amazing. At some point, the majority has got to say, they probably won't, we're really sorry. There was nothing on which to base all those allegations of crimes on, and we owe you indeed apology. Let's see the Hogans and Butlers in the Democratic Party. Hadn't seen one yet. Yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Mr. Johnson.